Bethany here with Rough Beginnings Rehab. This is part 4 of our puppy training series, working outside with our puppy. The first footage you're going to see is some before footage when she first came to us, demonstrating some of those bad behaviors that we definitely wanted to work on. Also, at the end of the video is a little bit of a bonus for moving forward with your puppy as far as how to get them to stay in one spot for long periods of time.
She doesn't know where she wants to go.
She's calmed down a little bit.
Has she?
Yeah.
All right, first day of training. This is sped up a little bit, just so it's not too boring. All we're doing is recalls. She's on a slip leash. Every time she gets distracted or hits the end of the slip leash, she feels a little pop cue on the leash, and I call her to me. Now, I might need to run backwards a few steps, like you see right there, to really bring her in. She is eating her regular dry kibble right out of my hand, which is what I prefer. Right here, I'm luring her a bit, trying to really focus her and keep her right with me, so I'll kind of vary between those two techniques of recalling her and then luring her right beside me. She's very excited to be out, and as you can see, she's also very confused. I mean, it's nothing but just whirling around just like you saw the before footage, except now she's working. So this is very confusing for her. This is training, guys, 24/7. This is what it's like when you go outside with your dog, and we're in a quiet area. And you're going to see her kind of wear down and get frustrated at one point. I think it's important not to just show the great moments, because we all know that in puppy training, there's not all great moments. So I put this to normal speed, and this is really important right here. Now, she kind of gets she gets anxious. She wants to be in the grass. When she is outside, that's what she's used to doing, is being able to just be in the grass and do her thing. So she's getting frustrated with the constant recalling and constantly being cued back to me. It's different when they jerk all the time on a harness. So this is frustration right here, and you're going to definitely, if you can't tell now, you're definitely going to be able to tell in a minute. She actually gets really frustrated. And I felt it was important to leave it in here. So I call her over to me, and she just blows me off. See right there? So I kind of give her a little bit of a leash, but then I give her a little pop cue again. So I give her a little bit of a relaxation, like I give in, give her a break, and then, but listen here, she whines. So you guys heard that, right? And she's not being hurt at all. You got to understand that. She's just on a slip leash. And I'm picking up some little stickers that I saw that I wanted to make sure that she didn't try to eat or step on. And so she pulled behind me, and it pulled the leash tight, which freaked her out. You guys got to understand, this is brand new. Someone having control of her head. That doesn't come natural to puppies. So me squatting down in that moment was not the best timing on my part. However, I thought that maybe the reason she had put the brakes on before was because maybe she stepped on one of those stickers. And it's quite possible that was what it was, but especially the way she's kind of avoiding the concrete right there. But it doesn't matter. It happens. Stuff happens to everybody. Your dog is going to have this, your puppy is going to have this moment, whether they're on a harness, but especially when you're starting to train control of their head so they don't eat everything in sight. You're going to have this moment where they just go, oh my God, and they have this little freak out moment. If you want to replay this again, you can. But this video is long enough. I won't do it, I swear. But if you want to replay this, you'll see I just remained calm. I loosened the leash. I gave her a moment to settle, and it was no big deal. And then I just recalled her back into me. It's so important not to give up, not to get upset, not to worry. You can see how she just goes, she's fine. You know, she goes right back into the groove, and we start working again. Now, I'm not saying that she doesn't have more stressful moments, but I will say that she never had any of it. That never happened again. Not once. Not even when we started using the puppy prong on her. However, again, you know, every dog is different, and this little dog is so confident that I introduced her to a 110-pound Bernese Mountain Dog, and Zoe decided to jump on her face and play. So just to give you an idea, she has a very drivey, excited, confident temperament. With dogs that are more nervous, you're going to get more whining, but I get emails all the time about people really struggling with this kind of thing, so I thought it was important to leave that in there.
So I'm not applying any consistent pressure to the leash unless I'm going to purposely go backwards like this. Zoe, come, good. Zoe, come, good. And then as soon as she like gives in, Zoe, come, good. I want to make sure that it stays loose, because that consistent pressure is really where you get the hacking, which is why so many people who walk their dogs on slip leashes, flat collars, and a lot of harnesses for smaller dogs hits them, you know, low on the throat. And you'll get a lot of that hacking. But see, this stays loose. If it's tight, then I need to change something up. Like right here, Zoe, come, good, good, good. I just want her, you know, more in tune with me, watching me, understanding that she's got to stay with me. It doesn't have to be perfect, because this is our first one, but and because she's used to pulling. She's not just used to pulling, she's used to jumping and pulling and being excited all the time. Let's go. So this is a new feeling for her. But it's very matter of fact. It's very no nonsense. There's absolutely lots of praise. Let's go. But it's just more calm, you know. She's gonna have a really, nope, come on. You see, look at the run around. Good, yeah, good job. Get some eye contact. If she just gets really defiant and wants to just go and sit somewhere, I'll give her a break, you know? I actually did that earlier. When we did this, we just kind of went into a little area where she wanted to sit and kind of get her bearings. Good, come on, good job. And just kind of get her bearings, and she's allowed to do that. Come on. Now, it can't become a huge habit. When it's time to go, it's time to go. But, you know, when you're training in the big new world, and she saw a shadow and jumped, you know, you got to remember, this is all so new for them. Yeah, come on, girl. Come on. Good job. All right, so just wanted to give you a little tidbit. There she goes in front again. Come on, we got to change. Every time she goes in front, you got to switch direction. That's why when you go out with your dog, your puppy, untrained puppy, it is never, oh, I did that the wrong way. It is never a casual stroll. It's always training. It's always training. What a good girl. See, now she's walking with me. She's distracted by the leash. See her? It's bothering her. Here, I'll hold it up a little. But see, what you'll start to notice is just like this, your puppy stays with you more and more and more, which is what you want. Look at this. Woo, that was a really good stint of just walking with me. That was so nice. Of course, she's distracted by the stiff leash, but oh well. So when we first came to the park, Zoe didn't care about me at all. Not even a little. And now we're surrounded by all this good stuff, and she's doing really good. She says, feed me, even though she even had breakfast. It's not like she's starving. No, good, sit. You lay down. Good. So she's gotten to the point where she, even though I still have a lure, Zoe, come, yeah, sit. Even though I still have a lure, good. She doesn't get the treat right away. So I go down with the lure, then I stand back up, good. Then she gets a treat. So that's a process of teaching her impulse control. Zoe, come on. Let's go. Why don't you go get distracted by something? No, can't walk if you're jumping. There we go. Come on. What a good girl. Yeah. Zoe, come. Yeah. What is that? The grass has probably got her. She's not used to it. Zoe, come. Yay. Sit. Good. So oh, sorry. See, my other leashes. I got another, Alyssa out here working with another dog, and I got her leash. See, same thing, pulling towards another dog. Zoe, come. Good. Sit. Good. Very nice. And I know I'm still not ready with food. You got to be ready, people. Of course, you won't be holding a phone, so it'll be easier. Good job. Okay, so it's really not about like squashing her energy at this point. In another month, we can do that. Right now, it's really about just refocusing. And if I really felt like I needed to, I could absolutely use a pet corrector to just help settle her down, like I am in the house. But I haven't felt the need to do that outside yet. Zoe, sit. Good, sit. I just want to fix your ear. There you go. So you won't get a sunburn. Come on. So we're just gonna do healing, and I'm just gonna call her off of people. Heal. So she's a little amped up, so it's a little tough. Zoe, come. Good. Sit. Good. So those were joggers. Those are the worst. She does pretty decent now when people walk by. Reset. Nope. Sit. Good. She does pretty decent now when people walk by, but when they're jogging, whoo. All right, let's go. Lots of people out today. Another jogger. Zoe, come. Good. Good job. So we're just going to switch directions. Do some turnarounds with her. She's a little amped up from before. So I'm just going to do some turnarounds. So every time she goes out in front of me, I turn around. Heel. Good. Now I'm letting her kind of pop herself at the end of the leash. And I'm bending down. Heel. Good. And the reason I'm bending down is because I don't want to do pressure up. She doesn't have a prong on. Heel. She has a slip leash on, which means she could hack if I just do like a pressure, if there's a lot of pressure up. So heel. Boy, she is amped up. Usually I don't have to do so many. That's what happens when you add in fun element. Whew, lots of liveliness today. Sit. Zoe, sit. There we go. Good. Good job. Good job. Yeah, good job. Well, okay, a lot nutty. When she sees people and dogs, she just goes nuts. No. Heel. Sit. Good. So it's literally going to be like 3 steps. Stop and sit. Heel. Sit. Good. Good. Zoe, heel. Not listening. Heel. Good. Sit. Jogger. We're going to wait for the jogger. Ooh, nice. No bolting at the jogger. Sit. Very good. That was freaking-tastic. You guys don't understand this dog. She kills herself trying to get at people. Zoe, heel. Good. Sit. Sit. Good. So notice to refocus her, I had 2 options. One which would have been to lean down and lure, but since I'm holding the camera, that wasn't the easiest one, so I just gave her a little pop and kissed to her. So it's all about getting the dog's attention, the puppy's attention. Zoe, come. Yeah, come on. Sit. Good. Good girl. Zoe, come. Yeah, good job. Sit. So jogger distraction, and then that was someone that I just called her off of that. So we refocus. Sit, because I was a little slow. No. Sit, because I was a little slow with my food. There you go. All right, break. Puppy, let's go. Yeah, break. She's not completely understanding that break means break. That's still new for her. What are you doing? Zoe, come. Yeah, come. She's wanting to bite the leash. You little feisty thing. Zoe, come. Yeah, come. There we go. Sit, refocus. Plus they just hit a ball right there that made her kind of lose her marbles. What a good girl. So even though it's messy, coming out here, working, sit, working on these techniques is so good for their early muscle memory. The ball, sit, good job, puppy.
All right, everyone, this is the third day, and we are doing the same thing as before. This is nothing special, but I'm showing it because she is now on her puppy prong, which is just a plastic training collar, a plastic prong. As you can see, when that jogger went by, she did very well. So here's the thing, I had already been working with her on the puppy prong in the house, but I really felt like she would be fine on slip leash when I first met her, and her family told me she goes crazy with people. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I've seen it before. They're like, no. She goes crazy with people, and in my head, I'm just like, well, I've seen it all. And it was the same thing with the energy. They're like, she has so much energy. And I'm like, okay, she's a little Bichon puppy. How much energy could she possibly have? Well, I should have known better, because my little Maltese mix, Happy, had a ridiculous amount of energy, and for a 9-year-old dog still has a ridiculous amount of energy. So I really should have known better. So I kind of let my own experience actually get in the way of me training this puppy just the first couple of days, because I was just so surprised. Everything she did, I was so surprised, and I shouldn't have been. It's not that I had never seen it or anything before. It's just that I was surprised it came from a little 12-week-old Bichon, just to be perfectly honest, okay? So not only that, but I noticed in the videos that my voice level it's pretty even, but to be perfectly honest, I probably deal with more nervous oriented puppies than her type of demeanor. And I realized that after going through the footage, okay? So most of the puppies that I work with are actually more just jumpy at sounds, at cars. They try to hide from dog barking, stuff like that. This dog, she is not like that for the most part. She definitely gets overwhelmed. I'm not saying that she doesn't, but she doesn't really have those issues. She definitely, could get startled by something, but then she'd be over it in a half a second without much help from me. So my point is I really wanted to point out that if you have a dog that has some nervous issues, you've really got to have a stronger energy to help them through those nervous moments, okay? So what I mean by that is when they kind of show the least bit of insecurity or nervousness, you immediately aren't like, let's go puppy, or casual, like I'm kind of like, okay Zoe, I'm kind of casual sounding. I would be like, Zoe, let's go, come on, good job, Zoe, let's go. So I would have a very different tone, and I definitely realized this after, watching this video with Zoe, because she's, part of the reason I wanted to document part 1, 2, and 3 with her is because I know a lot of people struggle with these higher drive, higher energy dogs that are wonderful and friendly and sweet, but driving you crazy. But I definitely come across the nervous-oriented puppies more often. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out for you guys. And I'm telling you, whether it's a nervous-oriented dog or a dog that is just loving life every second of every day and wanting to, enjoy it as much as possible with no boundaries, Either way, you're going to want to use the puppy prong if your dog is 12 weeks old or older and you're dealing with a lot of insecurity or a lot of drive. But here's the thing. I just actually met with a woman with a terrier mix who is so good in the house. I mean, they've done an amazing job with the basic obedience. But you can tell that outside, even though the puppy was doing obedience outside, you can tell that it's just so new for the puppy to hold it accountable with a puppy prong, just not ready for that yet, or even a slip leash. And it's one of the few times I actually told them, you know what, stick to a harness for a couple of weeks, wait till you see me again before we move on to something else and get a little bit more control. So sometimes that's just what you've got to do. So every dog is different, every body's different. Do what you're comfortable with, do what works. Just don't shy away from rough situations. Try to work through them best you can. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to go on my Facebook page, Ruff Start Rehab. Ask me a question on there. You can private message me or find one of our photos that say "Ask me a question," and I would be happy to answer your question on our Q&A show. So this is Bethany Wilson and Zoe. Part 3 is complete. I hope this has been useful for you guys. And if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Hey guys, this is just a little bonus of me showing what the evening is like with your puppy. Once they learn their basics, you start to teach your puppy duration, place. So once they understand the basics, you start to challenge them, and you should be able to just hang out and watch TV while you're doing it. So you can do this during commercials. You can actually focus and just work on this. Check your Facebook status, whatever you need to do, but just hang out for 10 to 20 minutes, work your way up to a half an hour of hanging out with kibble, and just regularly reward the dog. And you can go back and forth between rewarding rewarding your puppy for staying in position versus really kind of spacing out the treats or spacing out the dog food, the kibble that they're working for. And then whenever they get up, just say no and reset them. So kind of bounce between the two. You don't want to say no too many times in a row. If the puppy keeps getting up, then you need more rewards. But you definitely want to have them, get up a few times, because you want to take that opportunity to correct them and tell them what you do want them to do. So it's a balance between those two things. So I just thought that I would put this little tidbit in there and show you guys what your evenings should look like. You should definitely be doing this a few times a day. I just fed a piece to another dog, which is a huge distraction for a puppy. And as you can see, she is doing great. Now this is, just to be really clear, this is at the very end of a week. This definitely marks the end of our puppy training series by Rough Beginnings Rehab. Now, everything that you saw has been broken down into individual videos using lots of other different puppies. Just go to our regular puppy playlist and you'll find waiting at thresholds, walking on a leash, sit, down, place, and you'll find everything broken down. This was meant to basically help people know what to expect with their puppy and to be able to help them through day-to-day normal stuff that really no one really talks about unless you buy sessions with a one-on-one trainer. So this was meant to save everybody some money and hopefully answer lots of questions.